I'm gonna put my phone on silent.
Hey, baby, how you doing today? I have Blue with me.
Hi.
So none of this is planned. None of this is planned.
No.
This is all just last minute. Let's do this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the way.
What are you doing? She's like, are you coming over?
Yes. And here we are. We always have a lot of synchronicities and we always have a lot of magical experiences and we always talk about that type of stuff. And so today it just seemed fitting. Like, you want to do my show with me? I haven't done a show yet. You want to do my show with me? And she's like, yeah.
Yeah, so that people can see us. Because, like, we can relate so much about so much. And, like, just the synchronicities. It's intense and fun. And
yeah. We have a very like-minded mentality in a lot of things. And I noticed that we have a lot of similar points of view about energetic things. We have awareness of all these different facets of experiences from different emotional perspectives. And it's like, there's always reasons for us to talk about it. And then it shows up. Like earlier, I was doing a freaking channel message on TikTok. And I was talking about how I love how the doorbell rings and the phone dings and it's friends. And there's good conversations and good news. And boom, here we are. I love my life. And I was like, this really happens in my life. Like, this is real.
Yeah, the manifestations. It's been on point.
Yeah.
The other day, I manifested me being watching over Vegas. I was like, I want to live a luxurious life and I want to have a condo in Vegas that looks, down at Vegas. And that day, I ended up in a friend's suite looking down on Vegas, and I was like, I manifested this morning. Like, this is crazy. And I'm just sitting there like, this is it. I'm in it.
Yeah.
And so we talk about that all the time, like synchronicities like that, how like manifestations and just we get to call each other and tell each other stuff like that. Like what happened today? I was telling you that I was so excited and I was so happy, and it was.
There's so many reasons. I mean, I was really happy about the cards.
Oh,
I was really, really happy about the cards. I don't know if you're talking about that. Yeah. Was it because your parking spot was open? I can't happen every time that happens.
It is always open every. I was only been one time, but it was like right there. Yeah.
I don't know. This stuff keeps happening. What else was it? Oh, you had a very busy day today. I remember you were giving yourself time today. Like, well, this is what I can do. So chill, and I'll be with you.
Yeah.
Doing what you needed to do for you so you could keep going through your day in the most empowered way.
Yes. It was very prosperous. See, there go again. I couldn't say it earlier. Prosperous. Prosperous life. I've been feeling like that recently, and it's been very at my own pace.
Hold on. It's like when I did the last interview with Marla, and what happened after the interview? She's like, let's go eat over there where my daughter works at. And I was like, oh my God, she was just talking about doing this. She suggested that we should go do this, and we're going to go feel our luxury and our rich and our abundance. We're going to tap into that vibe where we hold it. And then she was like, I'll meet you there. And then
it happened. So this is how it happened. I'm at a doctor's appointment with my mom, and I'm reading a book, and I was like, this is nice. The office looks nice. I'm looking around. There's like, it's fancy. And then I'm like, oh, I could do this with Melinda. I was like, Tivoli Village, we could read a book. This book that I'm reading right now. So I call her. I was like, you want to go read books at Tivoli Village and be like fancy bitches like we already are? And so... So then I call her, I tell her, and she's like, yeah, cool. Well, then she ends up meeting this other friend of hers, and that's when she said that her daughter works in Tivoli Village and had invited her right after. Like, so we were aligned already to meet there, and like since the daughter was already working there, like we got the hookup.
It was nice.
And I drank wine because I'm a fancy bitch. it was fun. Oh my God, I laughed so hard that I cried that day. Do you remember how?
No, tell me, remind me.
Remember that guy that we were at the bar with?
Mm-hmm.
And he was right next to me, the bagel guy.
God, you guys were going back and forth.
Acting like he was gay.
Yes.
He was acting like he was gay.
Yes.
With a friend next to him over there. And then, because we were talking about, we're going to go do some gay shit. He's like, I want to go do some gay shit with y'all. See, this is my, and then he goes, this is my boyfriend or something. And he was hella young, the guy sitting next to him. And the
and I'm like,
guy was like super older. The one sitting next to me, and like I could just, oh my God, it was so funny the way he was being gay.
Yeah,
because he was. I don't think he was at all.
We had a good time. That's all I know. We had a freaking good time.
Yeah. Oh my God, I cried. I was like from tears of joy, of laughter. I was like. He had me crying, laughing so hard that I was like tearing up. It was crazy, funny.
Yeah,
super funny. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was super fun that night.
Abraham wants to know. Wants you to talk about Abraham for a minute. Abraham wants you to talk about Abraham for a minute. That's the way it came through.
I was listening to her today. Awareness of recognizing the awareness of just being good to yourself all the time. If you don't feel, if something feels off, if you feel mad, angry, you're not in alignment. So that's what I've been that's been really calling to me, the alignment of feeling good, happy, because that's what we're here for. It's the main goal, to be here, to feel good and be in alignment with source. Mm-hmm. And so, that's why I went and got my tarot cards, which is why we're gonna bust out the tarot cards. That was perfect. Yes. So I went and got my tarot cards because I've been really connecting with my alignment and just being happy and bliss. It goes up and down though for me. So that's why I look so hard to align, because that contrast is there for me, and I'm constantly having to remind myself to feel good. And it ends up being fun. Ends up being like, oh, here we are doing it again. Let's not do that to ourselves. Let's go back to being happy. And then I found this deck. I'm supposed to bust them out. And this deck ended up being perfect for me because this is the law of positivism.
Hold on. Positivism.
I know you were going to say
positivism.
I sometimes have a problem reading. Sometimes.
That's okay.
Yeah. I release energy that is blocking my inner vibrational flow. I am one with the infinite consciousness. It just keep going and going and going, and you keep going and going and going, and you get into that momentum of feeling good again. And these cards are beautiful. I really love these cards. So that's why I was super drawn to them, because the meaning is so deep and simple, and the pictures are the same to me. That's why I ended up loving this deck. But yeah, that's the Abraham that you have to constantly, it's calling to you, telling you, come this way, be positive. And there's guidance everywhere. That's another awareness of yourself, of guiding yourself, making those choices.
Yeah.
In every segment of the day. That's what I was telling her earlier, how it doesn't stop. The negativity doesn't stop. You just have to choose to be in the positive. It's a choice. And you got to make it fun. You have to make it fun. sometimes it's not, because it hits hard, and I just laugh at it now.
So why are we grateful for it hitting hard? Where's the benefit in that? Because here's one of the things that I keep getting on repeat is saying, but even when it's not feeling great, like you, because I just said it today, like as a human, in the human experience, all these emotions are valid and serve their purpose. So what is it about those lower vibe, I feel like talking shit today days, that is beneficial? How is that serving us? What did you learn about that?
It makes it fun to seek. It's like finding, like, oh, well, what else? Because that doesn't feel good. Let me find something to be grateful about that I already have. It could be a memory. It could be a feeling. I've had feelings in moments where I have a feeling and I'm like, oh, you embrace this feeling, remember it, close your eyes, remember it. Ooh, it feels so good. Because there's going to be those times where you're going to need to remember those, just like you have the bad times. And you can't. It takes practice and focus and awareness. And that's how Abraham Hicks helps you.
Yeah. How long ago do you think you started making a shift from being like most people think about these things, like just letting your emotions just do whatever and not understanding them, till you went into being more intelligent about your emotions and what they meant? How long do you think you've been knowing this, if you had to give yourself in human years?
I would say since the pandemic.
Okay. So a couple years.
In the pandemic, I broke my beliefs to opening my awareness to everything, because I was so closed off that it had me stuck, and I felt it, and the universe was showing me, come this way, because of the people that was in my life, the synchronicities that were happening. We know, we seek it. It's always there. And it was there, like, hey, non-stop like this, and I was like frustrated that I had to break myself out of it, because that's what I was asking for. Asking it is given. I wanted more out of my life, and in order for that, you have to be in that. You have to be that. You can't.
The way Abraham always says, what you're trying to find the words for is when you know what you don't want, and then you know what you do want.
Yeah. It's that simple.
Yeah. The knowing what we don't want is so important, because until we really get it in our energy that, like, I really don't want this. In other words, to the point where you literally won't do it no more, where you're like, I refuse to continue to do the same thing because I see what it produces. I see what it produces in my life, and I choose different. Because look, I'm having better experiences. It reminds me of the conversation with the old man Fred, and he was talking about, nothing ever goes right in my life. If it's gonna go wrong, it will.
You put it to you. That's
and I'm
that's
like,
what you tell yourself.
Right. And I'm just like, so you want me to tell you how it changed my life then? It was like, yeah, he was willing to listen, and it was a good combo.
Well, people are willing to listen, yes. I've had to tell myself that, like, well, that's your reality.
Yeah.
Because he'd be like, well, reality, bruh, he said to me. And I was like, And he was being a pizza delivery man.
Mm-hmm.
And he just didn't, he just kept saying his reality. And in all reality, your personal reality becomes your personality. So that was his personality, because that's what he kept telling himself. And just, you know what you want, you know what you don't want. And that's what he wanted. Some people don't know any better.
Right.
But that's not up for us to, I That's out of the vortex.
So from there, let's talk it back into the vortex. Let's see what, okay. Yeah, so it's good to know. It's good to know what out of the vortex feels like. Because when we know what out of the vortex feels like, then that's our indicator. It's like, okay, well, where's my vortex? Which direction is the vortex? Which way should I look now? What way benefits me to focus my energy to raise my vibration? Because I know that no matter what's going on externally, I can feel better. I've done it before, and it's really fun. I accidentally used to slip in all the time, even before I realized this was something I could do with the intentionality of my focus of my own mind and emotions. And ever since I figured it out, I've really begun to do more of that. And I'm having a lot more intentional happenings where I'm raising my vibration, even from the lower vibrational moment. Like, okay, so I'm alive for this moment. Okay, at least I'm alive for this. And sometimes somebody says, no, I don't even want to be alive for this. I hear you. I hear you, man. I hear you. But guess what? If you're alive, and even if you don't want to be, there's a reason why you're here. You know, the universe is not done with you. It has more to offer you that you've still been pushing off, that it wants to give to you before you pass, just so you know. So if you're still here, guess what? You're a blessed ass. You're just stubborn as hell. You don't want to pick up your blessings. But you can make that choice to change that any day you want to. But nobody's ever going to force you. You're going to have to come along willingly, you know, because the universe understands that you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force him to drink.
It is willingly. It's like you can't force somebody to go to church.
And nobody has to force me to choose my vortex. Nobody has to force me to jump right back into my vortex. So whatever's going on with them, I'm really grateful that I know that it has nothing really to do with my frequency unless I allow it to. So I'm going to keep on remembering how far I've come and know that I'm not done yet. I haven't finished anything yet. We're still in the middle of a process. As long as I'm still breathing, there'll just be a little bit of recess here and there, but there's always a coming back to this.
Okay, yeah. Ooh, this one, love is the number one.
Love is number one.
For this one, so this one's magical.
And so you're reading that, this card flips out. It says, open center. I allow myself to love and be loved.
Oh, wow. Love.
I allow myself to love and be loved. That's what fell out. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Aphrodite. This one is Aphrodite. Love, Aphrodite. I call to thee to bring a true love here to me. Oh,
Aphrodite.
that sounded so nice.
Aphrodite.
Aphrodite? That's how you say it?
That's how I've always